How's it going? It is Andre Williams from the Hard Gainer Academy. And what I want to talk about is why you shouldn't care about everything. It is frustrating when I get these messages from a lot of dads, a lot of guys be like, man, I got this going on, worrying about this, worrying about that, worrying about the politics that are currently going on, just worrying about the weather, all sorts of stuff. And I'm just gotta say, you know what? Stop. Stop right now. The only thing that you need to worry about are the things that you can actually control. It makes a lot more sense that way because again, you can make those changes within yourself or in what you do. So when it comes to the election, however that turns out, you have no control over it. The only thing we can tell you, hey, is to go out, take action, and vote. The same thing goes for the weather. A lot of times I hear like, I'm just having a bad day, it's a rough day, the weather. I'm like, what does the weather have to do with you reaching your goals or making sure you're in a good place mentally? Really ask yourself that question. If it's raining outside, what are you gonna do right now at this point to stop that rain from coming down? Nothing. So why are you letting it bother you? So I've realized over the years, the more things that you care about or you just think about, the more stressful your life is going to be and the less happier you're going to be. So in order to get in the right mindset so you can start achieving your goals, is to start thinking about less things. Think about the things that are the most important. Because once your mindset is on point, then you can attack your fitness goals with aggressiveness. So here's an example. You wake up first thing in the morning. You know what? You're feeling pretty good. You got a really good sleep. And then you look outside the window and you're just like, man, I gotta go to work today and it is raining out there. So you go inside the shower, you take your shower, you clean yourself up. You're feeling all good, you're feeling all fresh. Maybe you have some breakfast first thing in the morning, you might grab a coffee, whatever. You go to your car, you drive to work, or maybe you take the transit to work. You're a little bit upset because it's raining, maybe you had to carry an umbrella and so forth and be prepared for the weather. You walk into your office and you're already in a mood because you know what? The weather took you off track, right? So the work day ends up being way longer than it actually needs to be. And let's also take into consideration that, we got COVID going on. So maybe this work day could also be inside your house because you're like, man, you're looking out the window, it's not looking too great. And then your mood just changes, your behavior changes. Whether you're at work, your colleagues, when you interact, it's just not the same. Or maybe when you're at home, where you have your loved ones or people that are around you, right? People that care about you, you're showing these mood swings, you're showing this behavior. And what do you think happens? We all feed off vibrations. So when you put that out there, you're gonna get that right back. So when I ask you, what is the point of having small, minuscule things that you have no control over ruin your day? And if you carry this out, this could ruin your whole entire week. It can ruin months, and even for some people, even years. So what I want you to do right now is start caring about the things that are most important. And how can you go about doing this? First and foremost, for your fitness, because this is a fitness channel, is the goals that you choose to set out for yourself, make sure that they're manageable and they're feasible. So the first thing being is, you're getting on a nutrition plan, you want to lose 5 pounds of fat. You don't have to go all in. You don't have to do the all or nothing approach. It's not worth it. Take a step-by-step approach to gradually get closer to that goal. Well, let's say for example, the way you're eating. If you weren't eating healthy or weren't eating that well, start on day one, you know what? I'm gonna have 1 healthy meal. And then by next week, you know what? I'm gonna make sure I have 2 healthy meals, right? And gradually move yourself into it. Same thing goes for training. A lot of times when you wanna get started, you're like, hey, you know what? You're really excited. Yeah, you're really, really motivated. So you start a program that is like 5 days a week. And you're like, you know what? I know I can do these 5 days. About after 2 weeks, you start missing some workouts. And then you know what? You start getting bothered and you start saying, is this really for me? Can I really do this? Instead of going through all of that, maybe you could start off, well, you know what? I'm gonna start training 3 days a week. Because in the beginning, I might get some soreness or things might come up. Let me start off with a small goal, and if I can move up to 4 days, then I'll move that up. So by doing that, you don't have to worry about putting unnecessary stress on yourself. One less thing that you need to care about. Another example that you could use is how you interact with people. If you notice that you interact with a lot of people and they have issues in regards to dealing with so many things or caring about a lot of things that can affect them, and they're bringing that vibration to you when they talk to you, when they interact with you, minimize that talk time. I know for a lot of people, it might be difficult for them to completely cut that person off, right? Totally understand that. But minimize the time you give that person, because you could be on the right track. You're going where you need to go. But if you're constantly talking to that person, they're exchanging that energy with you. So it's affecting you even if you're not noticing it. So what I want to ask you at the end of this video is to stop caring about everything. That's when your life, you'll notice, will change dramatically. And to give you an example, the things that I care about, and you could actually use this for yourself, because I feel like the things that I care about is what every man on this planet should be caring about in order to actually reach their full potential. First thing is family. I make sure I take care of my family. Make sure my family is good, my household is good. We got a roof over our heads, and we could have full bellies here. So that's what I care about. Number 2, finances. You gotta make sure that you can pay your bills. So that is something that I care about, and I make sure that I take care of. I can have control over that. And then the third thing is my fitness. Of course, that is something that I need to care about, right? I wanna feel good. I wanna be athletic. I wanna be a super dad for my daughter. That's what means a lot to me. And the other thing that I care about is my personal development. I wanna make sure that I'm always growing. I'm not at a standstill. I refuse to settle with being average. And you should be thinking about that too. Why be content when you have the ability to achieve so much more? So those are a few examples of some of the things that I care about and I choose to put my mind on and focus on. So I highly suggest you do the same thing, because if you're caring about a lot of other stuff, whether what celebrities doing this politics, this, and all of this stuff, you're gonna go crazy and you're gonna be stressed out, and it's not worth it. Hope you found this video helpful, and I'll be talking to you guys real soon. Peace out.